going to show you how to create this glass text effect that distorts and looks like it's bending the background, just like when you look through real glass. I'm going to break it down into these 3 steps. Let's go ahead and jump in. Alright, I am inside of After Effects. I've got my composition here and I've got a text layer sitting in it ready to go. This is the font that I'm using if you are wanting to create this effect with this exact font. If you are using a different font than mine, just be aware that the settings that I am using might have to change slightly for your project. The first thing I'm going to do is right click on my text layer and click Pre-Compose. And I'm going to name this text source. I'm going to move all attributes and press OK. So part of this effect is that there is a background to distort. This can be anything. In my case, I have a video right here that I have downloaded from a stock footage website. So I'm just going to drag this into my composition and put it under my text. I'm just going to go ahead and switch off my background. I'm going to start creating this glass effect. To do this, I'm going to go to Effects and Presets and type in CC Glass. I'm going to drop this CC Glass onto my text source layer. And I'm just going to come into Surface and I'm just going to adjust these slightly. I'm going to bring the softness up to 43.7. The height's going to come up to 100. And the displacement's going to come all the way up to 500. Then I'm actually just going to go into shading and just bring this ambient up to 100 as well. You'll notice if I switch this on, it's super white. It doesn't look or feel a lot like glass right now. And this is intentional because I'm actually going to use this as a matte. So if you don't know what that is, a matte layer is basically kind of like a stencil that we can use to show some parts of an image and hide other parts of an image. So I'm going to go ahead back to my project panel and drag in another copy of my background and I'm going to put it above my text source. And on this layer I want to cut out the background with the matte I just made. So to do this I'm going to go to Effects and Presets and type in Set. And right down here, this effect called Set Matte, I'm going to drag this onto my footage layer. So I'm going to go take matte from layer and I'm going to change this to text source. And you'll notice it's off size. It might look a little bit different for you depending on your footage size, but I'm just going to go if layer sizes differ and I'm going to uncheck the stretch matte to fit. And since I want it to be picking up the matte effects that we did on this text source layer, I'm going to change this source to effects and masks. Alright, that is one layer set up. Now you may remember back in my example I had kind of a less opaque bit of the text on top. So I'm going to set that up right now. First of all, I'm going to press Ctrl D on my text source to duplicate. I'm just going to drag it above and rename this text source 2. Then I'm going to delete the glass from this layer and I'm just going to switch this off for just a moment. Then I'm going to select this, press Ctrl D to duplicate this version, and on this layer I'm going to change the set matte to text source 2. So that's cleared up the background slightly. And I'm actually just going to switch this text source back on, press T and lower the opacity to 20. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and switch this background back on. And that's looking pretty good when I play through. We've got these 2 layers of the glass. It's looking cool, but we still don't have that refraction. It is not bending in the light the way that we want to. So let's go ahead and set that up now. So there is actually a perfect effect for this. So I'm going to go to Effects and Presets and type in Displace. And I'm going to grab this displacement map and drop it onto my top background layer. As the name of this effect suggests, whatever layer it is put onto, it is going to displace if you adjust the horizontal and vertical displacement of it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to bring this max horizontal displacement all the way up to 57. And I'm going to bring the max vertical displacement down to -6. Seen a little bit of changes already. Now I'm just going to press Ctrl C for my displacement map, and I'm going to jump onto the second layer and press Ctrl V to paste, And then I'm just going to change these again. I'm just going to change it to 10 on both. This is looking pretty good. I just want to add a slight blur to this. I just feel like it would be slightly more realistic with a blur. So I'm going to go to Effects and Presets and type in Gaussian. Grab this Gaussian and drop it onto the first layer. I'll bring this up to about 34. 34.9 is fine. Then I'm just going to press Ctrl C, drop it onto this one. And I'm actually going to lower this down again. 13.5 looks quite nice. And then I'm also going to drop it onto my background layer so it doesn't look so uneven. And I'll bring this all the way up again since it's much further back. There you have it. Go ahead and click on this video right here to see what else you can do within After Effects. See you in the next one. Bye!